later when they get a chance. So, boom. Welcome to Fight Heads MMA. Welcome to Open Interviews today with Miss Nikki. And today, my first open interview will be with Lady Helen Peralta. She is back with us, you guys. She is our MMA fighter. She's a kickboxer. She's a boxer and a bare knuckle fighter. This girl, when did she ever sleep? How did she ever sleep? We're going to find out today what this young lady is into, what she been into since the last time her and Miss Nikki spoke, and the great things that are coming for her that has happened for her since the last time we spoke, and some of the great things coming for her in the future. So welcome again, Lady Helen Peralta. How are you, baby?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm blessed, baby. I'm blessed. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that this young lady was at one time our bare knuckle female champion. So yes, put that into her accolades too. Yeah, she done had a couple belts in her life. She done got her little
It's our
kickboxing
working hands.
belt. Yes. So what have you been up to, young lady? It's been crazy with the pandemic and just COVID, just putting the kibosh on people's careers and fights. And what has Helen been up to? How's Helen been surviving?
It was really tough at the beginning, especially 2020, when everything started with the pandemic. Like around September, I thought I was going to be back to fighting, and I did fight, but it was only 24 hours notice, and I had to cut 20 pounds. And I won the fight. I was not happy with it because it was my opportunity to have a highlight reel because my opponent was, I think she's an Olympic boxer. So I knew she wasn't trying to hump my leg. So this was my opportunity to showcase my striking, but I was so tired from before I get in the ring that I still won, and it was apparently everybody liked that fight better than all my other fights because I showed that I can grapple, but I didn't want to grapple. I wanted to knock her out. So I was very disappointed with that. Then after that, there was like a lot of last minute fights I will take, and I will do some crazy weight cuts in like a week notice, 2 weeks notice. And then sometimes because of COVID, sometimes because the girls changed their mind for whatever reason, and this wouldn't happen. But because I didn't fall, kept training, I didn't feel like I deserved some time off. So it's been tough doing all that training consecutively without taking a break because I didn't feel like I deserved one because there was no fight to celebrate. And it came to a
Understood.
point where I gained much muscle mass accidentally from training consecutively without taking breaks. I ended up putting on some muscle mass that I didn't realize. And my last weight cut, I passed out 3 times trying to make the weight because I think if you don't make weight, you're cheating. But my body was just done, so that was my 5th weight cut in 6 months. So right now I'm gaining weight. I'm fighting in the 125 pound division. So right now I'm 138. Walk around and find out. And I feel really good. So, the pandemic was kind of weird. There was some challenges there, but I think I found, where I belong as far as a weight class and what division I want to compete in. Because
Okay.
I think strawweight was never my real weight class because I kept winning, so I kept cutting weight. But I
Right.
was always so tired on fight night. The last time I felt good, I don't know if it was last I'm glad I felt good that night. If I would have showed up any less than that, she would have fucked me up. Last time I fight. So now I'm just gonna gain weight and I'm gonna stay at 120, just putting on some muscle mass and trying to be a smaller person when I go to fight.
That sounds like a plan. I'm glad that you have figured that out for yourself. And I need you not to be cutting down and making and passing out all over the place here in this world. You're hurting yourself. Don't do that to yourself. It makes you less of what you should be going into your fight. So I'm glad you have found that 125 is going to be where you feel comfortable and feel good fighting. Because I don't need nobody passing out at weigh-ins and trying to cut weight. I don't need that. To see when you know what you do to your body, y'all do to yourself when y'all cutting weight. Don't make it no worse. But I'm glad for you, baby. Shoot. But y'all all at some point in your career have that struggle, the weight struggle, and everybody goes through that period in their fight career where y'all need to figure out which weight class y'all really do want to be in or are comfortable in or is best for your body. So I understand, and I'm glad that you have found that. That means that moving forward, it really won't be no more questions about that. We just going to do it, and then all we got to look forward to is the fight. Miss Nikki doesn't sing, so I don't have any music to play while we wait for Helen to come back. But I could play maybe some music. Do 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 do. That was right on time. Okay, okay. I played a little music for them while we were waiting for you. So you are currently in Philadelphia. What are you doing in Philadelphia, young lady, all the way from the Midwest? How'd you end up in Philly? Can you hear us, baby? Can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear you, baby. It happens to the best of us. It really does, y'all. But it's been so much going on. Y'all see me. I was at the home gym yesterday. Stop playing. Y'all see this, right? Bang, bang, bang. Headlining the card. And then we got Mr. Belcher and Mr. Jeez, his name is right. Tony Lopez. I think they're going to be heading up that BKFC 20 card. They're going to be co-main event. My mistake. I misspoke. That's going to be a slobber knocker because Mr. Belcher is a former UFC fighter, and I'm pretty sure he's probably fought at a lot of different promotions over his fight career, but he's going to be joining the ranks of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Ooh, we got to see what that's about, y'all. Okay, I think I got Helen back. Can you hear me, baby?
Hello.
You can hear me? I can hear you, but I don't know if you
Yeah, I
can
can hear
hear
you now.
me.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries, no worries. So I was saying
It's
you're
kind of
in
breaking. I'm not sure. What's the
Philadelphia,
basement?
huh?
Yep. That's where I'm at
Okay.
right now.
So how did you what brought you from the Midwest to Philly? What are you doing in Philly?
It was I wasn't planned. That's been my life lately. I don't. Life is what happens to my plans lately. So I came to New Egypt, New Jersey. I wanted to make some money, and I have some options on what to do. I don't want to get a job because I'm on a mission, but I do some odd jobs here and there just to keep the show going. And I was supposed to just split wood. It's like a lumberjack
For
situation, and I
real?
thought that would be good conditioning. And I can make some money just to keep my car on the road and get some training on. And while I was here, I wanted to train, and I found a gym. It's called Martinez BJJ in Philly, and there's a girl there. She's Dominican also, and she was in my weight class. So I thought I'll go check it out. So I went there to train one night, and I just loved the team. It was like a perfect fit right away. So I'm still here. I haven't left. That's pretty much how it happened.
Wow, so you have just basically relocated? You're
I
gonna stay
think I'm
for a
gonna
while?
relocate my team here. Yes, it looks like it.
Well,
Yeah, at least
congratulations,
until my
young
next
lady.
fight, and then after that, well,
Okay.
thank you.
I understand. I just had a whole conversation with y'all yesterday about this. I just was talking to y'all about this when I was in that feed at my hometown gym, at Reggie's gym, about y'all moving around and elevating and finding different ways to elevate and making contact with different types of style coaches to get y'all elevated. So I'm glad to see that that is working in your favor at this point. Um, Dang. So what's been the best part about Philly since you've been there?
To be honest, all I do is I sleep and I train and then I nap and I eat something and I go back to the gym. So I haven't been anywhere else but the gym here in Philly and the grocery store. Hopefully, maybe this weekend I'll go and see what's around here if I have a day off. I probably won't because I have a very tough fight coming up. So, it depends. I might or might not go around and see what's going on. But I have other
Okay, okay.
priorities.
Understood, understood. So let's talk about this upcoming fight. Tell us about it. Where's it going to be?
I will be.
Do you know who your opponent is? What's the date?
The date is August 27 for
Okay,
Invicta FC. Invicta Fighting Championship is an all-female promotion. So all the fights on the card are female bouts, which is really cool. And the fight's going to be on Kansas City, Kansas. And my opponent is Caitlin Simons. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I'm not 100% sure,
okay.
but I think it's Caitlin Simons. And it's going to be my debut at 125 pounds.
Well, congratulations, young lady. Do you know anything? Have you been able to find anything on your opponent?
My coaches said that she's mostly a grappler. So, and even if you're a striker, if you fight me, you're gonna want to grapple because you don't want to catch his hands. So, you don't want to, like, seriously. I generate an insane amount of power for someone that small, especially if you try to just stand there with me, it's not gonna be good. So I think because she's a grappler, she's a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and she has some wrestling background. She's really strong. I did see some pictures at weigh-in. So at weigh-in, she has a six-pack at 125. So I think she's gonna be a little bit bigger, which means I'm gonna be faster. And I just have to avoid some of the exchanges where her strength will come into play. But I think it's a good matchup. That's one thing about Invicta FC that I love. You're not gonna get easy fight in Invicta. Those are the top female fighters that are not signed with the UFC. So the fights are never going to be easy. It's like tossing a coin in the air. But they are fights that you have a chance as long as you play your game right. And I think I have a pretty good game plan for her. So if
Oh,
you ask me if you could bet on my fight, I would say don't bet your rent money, but I believe I'm gonna get the win.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, I'm glad to see that you are feeling so good and so rejuvenated. You're ready. You're game. I don't have any real questions for Helen today. Like, we're gonna be spending most of our time just shooting the shit because you've never ever not showed that you were not ready once you stepped into your ring or the octagon, wherever you was fighting. You have never showed that you were not prepared going in. So I already know if you have relocated, and I know because you have done this a couple different times. You don't even play with it. So I trust that this next step is going to be a positive and a great one for you. I expect it to be. Yes, I'm very proud and excited for you, young
I
lady.
already feel
So,
great. Having energy going to training it's completely different. When I was cutting weight, I would have to stop training 2 weeks out of the fight because I don't have a home gym. So when I go spar at other people's gym, I can't be weak because people will try to fuck me up. So I would have to hold on to my weight until fight week, and that's why it became a problem to cut weight. I have to hold on to my weight because otherwise I'll be weak when I show up to sparring. So I couldn't avoid that. But now at 125, because I don't have to cut weight, I can train all the way into fight day, and I'll be fine.
that's what's up. That's what's up. So, how's your nutrition going? Strength and conditioning. You liking all of that? Is all of that working in pretty good too?
Oh yeah, it feels so good because now I'm strong. I can go harder when I go. My nutrition, I can eat more calories, but what I'm doing is eating less carbs, except for a box of cookie I accidentally ate. But I can
Oh,
eat less carb and a lot more protein, and I just concentrate on that. More protein, less carb, and the timing of the meals. I have to eat more now. I have to be more diligent about making sure I eat because otherwise, because I train so hard, I use a lot of calories during the day.
okay. Okay. So this chopping wood situation. So how many times a day do you chop wood?
I was doing between 6 and 9 hours a day while I was over there, but I already stopped like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's very hard work. It's really hard
What
work,
was you
and the
chopping
logs were
wood for?
anywhere from.
Trains? Was you chopping
No,
wood
it's kind
to
of like a
throw in the steam
non-profit.
train? Okay.
Yeah, they were gonna sell it. They're gonna sell it for the winter. So I was just doing quartz and stocking them up for the winter. So pretty much, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Are you allowed to say what the name of the organization was or is? We don't mind. I don't
Yeah,
mind.
it's called the Ramirez Boys Fight House. No, it's not a secret.
Okay, the Rivera's Boys Fight House. I've never heard of them. So that's awesome. That'll give me something to ask you about. So, how did you end up in connection with them? It was just through trying to make sure you keeping your train going and your money in your pocket. Was it just that connection, or did you have some other kind of connection that led you to them?
Well, we met because I don't have a manager right now, so they're helping me to. Because the thing with promoters is that as a fighter, if you have inquiries, you're being difficult, especially as a female fighter. But if you have a man making decisions and doing the calls for you, then they're negotiating. So I needed someone besides myself to represent me without a legal contract. And I found at a fight house people who had a little bit of knowledge. They're still learning about the business, but because there's no contract, I just need a man's name answering the phone pretty much because of the way the business run. I understand the business in and out more than some of the current managers out there, but because I'm a female and I'm a fighter, I run into a lot of issues with promoters. They're not expecting fighters to be smart. They think you're just supposed to pretty much follow their agenda, but I can see through that shit. And when I call them up because I'm a woman and I'm a fighter, then they get their feelings hurt, and I feel like they make things difficult for me when it comes to getting fights and things like that. So I needed someone else to represent me so that the promoters didn't have to deal with my realness. Because one thing I learned, Miss Nikki, is that everybody talks about keeping it real, but keeping it real will keep you broke. That's something that I learned in
Yes.
2020. You should learn that keeping it real will keep you broke. You do not want to keep it real in the new world that we live in. Keeping it real is no longer a thing. You should put that aside. So I have them to represent me, and they starting a business of wood, accumulating wood and selling it during the winter. And I said, you know what, I'll be down to come here and make some gas money and just use it as a conditioning for myself. And that's what I did. That's why I came up here.
Well, that's excellent. I'm glad you was able to make that connection. It seemed like it has made brought some positive changes into you and how you move, and yeah, that's exciting to see that. So, geez, Louise, chopping wood and all kinds of stuff this girl got going on. So, until the fight on the 27th, what is Helen going to be doing? What you going to be doing with your time in between now and then besides training? What are you going to do to get yourself settled in for the
Besides,
fight? Yes, besides training.
besides training, I don't have much going on.
So,
That is all I do because I know my opponent's gonna have a lot more knowledge about martial arts. She's been doing it for a lot longer, and she's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and blue belt. So I do have a lot of work to do for that fight. So my strategy is not her skills. My strategy is to be super strong, and I want cardio that lasts 5 rounds, the fight 3 rounds. So if my cardio can last 3.5 rounds and I'm really strong during the fight with my fight IQ, I'm gonna catch her. I'm gonna catch her, and she's gonna take a tiny little nap. And when she's done, they're
ooh,
gonna have to explain to her what happened. So that's what
oh,
I'm concentrating on. I don't care about going around Philly and figuring it out what's here. When I come back to celebrate the win, then I go around Philly, and I'll get drunk and make some mistakes. But right now, besides training, I don't have an answer for you.
damn, she just kept it. She just kept it real with us, y'all. That's what my fighters do. I understand, baby. That's all good. So, do you have any nerves about going to the mat with her in this fight, knowing that she's a black belt
Do I have any
and
what?
BJJ? Do you have any nerves about going to the mat with her since you know
Oh
she
no,
is a black
no,
belt?
because it's the no, because here's
You
the
just
thing, everybody's got their strength. I'm sure she probably has some nerves about standing up with me. It's just the way it is. She's gonna avoid the stand up, and I'm gonna avoid the grappling. And the fight's gonna be about who can impose their will and who can stick to their plan. And that's what's gonna happen in a mixed martial art fight because there's so many different skills you can bring to the table. So I am not trying to armbar her. I'm trying to break her face. And she's trying to armbar me. So that's different. Or any of the other submission.
styles
We
make
have
fights.
different strength. I'm gonna stick with mine. I'm not gonna try to go into her world and find that in practice. I practice at the gym. I don't
I
need to
know
go
that's
practice in
right.
the fight.
Okay, damn, what the smoke from Helen? Miss Nikki don't want that smoke, Helen. Not at all. Yes. So, wow, that's exciting. What is your now that you're let me ask you this question. So you have been you have tutelage under more than one uh what's the word I'm looking for? I just used it yesterday. Under more than one part of combat sports. Your
Combat
bare
sport.
knuckle combat sports. Combat sports, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Bare knuckle, MMA, kickboxing, regular boxing. So answer this. What can you take that maybe you didn't have from bare knuckle back into your MMA career? Is there anything that's going to cross
Oh,
over?
confidence, man. If you can be in a kind of bare knuckle fight that being, and I know there's a lot of girls in the division where they think they fought bare knuckle. Unless you're in a fight with another real fighter, a tough fighter, you don't know what a real bare knuckle fight is. I was in there with Christine. She was a perfect dance partner for me, and she completely changed the way I look at MMA fights. And it really boosts my confidence. Even though I got beat up in that fight, it just kind of changed. Like now, I don't react. It's really hard to faint when you're in front of me because, to be honest, I don't really care if you land a punch. You're not gonna faint and land something big because I don't react very much. So it really made me more confident when it comes to coming forward and standing my grounds, which is very important in mixed martial arts because somebody can distract you with the feint and you can get kick in the face, you can get knee in the face, you can get elbow in the face. There's so many different components. So now that I'm not afraid to getting hit because I already know what it feels like, it really makes me a better striker. So definitely, my experience in bare knuckle fighting made me a completely better fighter now. I believe. Even when I go spar, I just like I'm not concerned. You're not gonna faint in front of me and get a reaction because if you land a punch, I really don't give a fuck because I'm about to hurt you. You're gonna be my bubble. In order for you to touch me, I'm gonna be able to touch you too. And that's what I can take into MMA now.
I know that's right. How good does it feel to be able to use your elbows again, add your kicks, and all those fantastic
Oof.
things that my mixed martial artists do get to use?
It's pretty cool because you have a lot more tools. And I like using my hands a lot, but sometimes, like when I was fighting Christine, I could have used a knee to the face because I could finish that fight. That would have really helped me there. I was supposed to just stay there and pray with her.
I know that's daggone right. So, have you been keeping up with what the girls been doing over there at BKFC since you've been back in your MMA world?
Yeah, I have. I've been keeping an eye on them. I don't comment and I don't get involved because I think if you're not in a division, calling out people that you're not ready to fight the next day is kind of a dick move. So I watch what they're doing and I pay attention to what's being said. I just don't interact with people online because I
Hmm.
don't need that negativity. I concentrate on what I'm doing.
So, is there anybody that you may be impressed with that's on the move right now?
Impressed with. No, no, Christine hasn't fought in a while, so I'm not impressed with anybody there right now. I mean, I'm glad that the division is growing. I see a lot of, I see the growth and I like it. I
Right.
see that the women's are being showcased a lot more. I see a lot of really cool videos. There's this girl, she always has like a cool dance walkout. I love seeing that. I can't remember her name, but she fought at the last event and she won her fight in the first minute. I really like her.
Uh,
Like I like her
Tyler,
swagger, so I think that's
Taylor,
cute.
Taylor Starling. Is it Taylor?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I
Yes.
like her fight. Then again, she was in there with someone who cannot fight, so you gotta look at both sides. But I like how she's embracing, and I like the fact that they gave her an easy fight, which means that they're gonna try to build their own local fighters as opposed to spend $500,000 on some girl that won't even show you the cheeks after she promotes them. Like
That's
you didn't
right.
get to see the cheeks, neither did I. I'm pissed because she's promoting my tits and then she won't
Right.
show it to us.
Where is the cheeks page?
You know,
Miss
that's
Nikki and Helen
that's
need to
false
see the cheeks.
advertising right there.
Yes.
That's false
Oh
advertising
man.
right there.
I was still mad about that a little bit. Like, that's the least
Me
I
too.
expected to see with some cheeks. So I was like, hey, where the cheeks at, Paige? Ain't no cheeks. I don't, I don't even get to see your forearm, girl. What is going on? But yeah, yes, we Lord Jesus, I thought we was in Latter Day Saints Church or something going on over there with her covered all the way up. But what do you think? Like, I had to reprocess that a little bit, and I know that we come hard at Paige about that, but I had to think and say, like, not everybody comes in with like getting wins. Sometimes y'all start off with losses, and then y'all figure it out, and then y'all come back and make full circle with it, and get those wins that y'all were looking for in the beginning. So I felt like maybe, yeah, we did come down a little hard. We talk a lot of shit about her, but at the end of the day, no matter what, she still got two more fights at the organization, and who knows what's going to happen in those two fights. So we just got to wait and see, just like with everybody else.
I know what's
So
gonna happen.
what's gonna happen? What is gonna happen? Because at this point, like, the challenges cannot get any less. Like, she can't. They can't. They gonna have to roll somebody in there with no arms and legs at this point. So what
Yeah, that's what they're gonna
happens?
have to do if they want her
That's
to
what I'm
win.
saying. She's got this time around. I'm looking for whatever her third fight is. Just like I said with Britain, this is the fight. Like, no matter who it is, she got to get the W. She got to get the W. I don't care what she do besides throw a kick or something. She got to go in there and get that W, and not only convince herself, but Mr. Feldman and the rest of the world that, like, yeah, she was built for this. And not that she hasn't been given the best that she has, but it's some kind of disparity there. I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out. But her coaches, they'll figure it out, and they'll probably fix it, and maybe we'll see a better Page the next time. I hope for her sake that we see a
Oh,
better
you will
Page,
see
being
a
that
better
she's a
page.
fighter.
You will see a better page because they're gonna give her the same treatment they did with Brittany Hart when she couldn't win a fight. They went and I found some. They found some girl with 4 amateur MMA fights, lost all those 4 amateur MMA fights, so she can get a win. So they're gonna find a way to do that for Paige too, because they want her to get a win. That's the only way. If she fights anybody with arms, she's gonna get smashed.
She said with arms. Oh my God, Helen, you are so funny. Oh my goodness. I look, and I didn't look at that as when they gave Britain, oh girl, with the no, I didn't look at that as that, because technically the girl should have been able to come in and use her range and keep Britain at bay, and stop
With no
laughing,
professional
Helen.
experience, how?
But they built it up like she did, like they expected her to do that. So, and at the end of the day, look at this. This is how I look at it, because it's the same. You came in, that was your first bare knuckle fight too, but you're a different mindset. You're a different fighter. You're a different person. Your path is different. But at the same time, look, everybody deserves a fair chance. If you guys are willing to show up, make the weight, do the professional things y'all got to do as fighters, then I guess everybody deserves that chance. We ain't seen her back yet. The young lady has not been back because them punches that they land and they
She
hurt.
shouldn't
So,
be. She should go and learn how to fight. She should go and learn how to fight
but
before she
Britain
comes to this. They
has.
only brought her in to fix Britney's record.
But what I will say, just
That was
like you
it. So
said, y'all build up at times. There's certain things that happen for y'all at certain points in your fight career, and what I have seen the growth in with Britain is confidence. Confidence. And she's more aggressive. She's not going to be moving forward. We just ain't going to see the same fighter that we seen in the beginning. So I don't know. I think she has a chance of getting it all if she keep working the way she do. Cause she ain't never been scared. She ain't never stepped, she ain't never ran from a fight. So every fight they gave her, she fought and did it as a professional. And so, hey, I gotta give her kudos for that. And if anybody asks me, I think at any given time, yeah, she could beat almost anybody. She it was a judge's decision that she didn't get that win over back. And a cut stopped her fight with
yeah, but she
Christine
did
Ferreira.
lose that fight.
What, Beck?
But I do give her credit for that. She's being like, yeah, she did lose that fight. I am very impartial watching fights, even my own. Even when I messed up, I'm like, okay, you messed up. But and she was never gonna win the fight. They were just feeding back. That's the problem with some of these promotions. They want to bring people from the outside and give them all the money and all the shine. Build your own fucking fighter. You're a promoter. If I don't have enough followers, because you're not promoting me. It's in the title. So I do want Brittany to get, because she did put in the work. She did put in the work. But let's be honest. They wanted Paige to fight Brittany because they knew if they put her in there against anybody else, she was gonna lose. And Brittany Hart, it's not the best fighter. So they wanted her to get a win. So they brought in this poor soul who doesn't know how to fight, no professional experience. Throw him in there with Brittany so Brittany can beat her up. And they had an argument to make the Paige fight against Brittany. But they did that because they thought Paige was gonna run through her. And I was so happy when Brittany won. Oh my God, my heart was smiling. I threw a party. It was almost like I won. Just because I don't have anything against Paige, I just don't like the manipulation. And how are you gonna walk all over the people that were there for you since day one? Like Brittany, for example, I used just setting her up. Luckily, she was able to come out on top, and I was really happy to see those results. So I don't have any animosity, but I can see the game. It's just too easy. It's just right. They're not even hiding it. When this last fight, Paige was supposed to win, and then again she loses, and then she stormed out like a fucking 5-year-old, disrespecting everybody in attendance, disrespecting the sport. You know what I mean? After not showing her cheeks, so everything she did backwards. Like I don't understand.
Not after that.
I don't understand what they're doing.
What do you? So who do we see as her next opponent? Like, some people said Jenny Savage.
They'll figure it out. They're working on that.
You think Jenny Savage?
They might do that. But Jenny Savage does not belong in the 125-pound division. She's too small. That's what I'm saying. Brittany has 3 wins, and 2 of those girls were not supposed to be there with her. And the other one is Paige, who's too concerned with the way she looks and won't come forward. So yeah, she's making some improvement, but it's easy to be confident when those are the opponents you have. And I'm not knocking her for it. I'm glad she got that because she put in the work. I'm just being honest because I don't have any dogs on this fight. I don't give a fuck.
I understand. I get it. So what is Helen's plan over at Evicta? What is your plan there, baby? Now that you're back, you feeling good, you done got a confidence boost. What is your plan moving forward? Your next fight is coming. You looking to go in there and get the W. You've already said that. So what is your overall game plan for Evicta this time?
I can't say that I have an overall plan. When you're at this level, every fight makes or breaks your career. So it's really hard to think ahead without overlooking your opponent. And I'm not about to overlook my opponent. I know she's really tough and, she's got some ground karate that I need to be concerned with. But my main goal is not Invicta. My main goal is not UFC. My main goal is not Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I want to be a motivational speaker, and I'm just collecting really cool stories to go with it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll go in there May 27th, and I knock this girl into the last century, and of course, I will have more opportunities. But if she goes in there and she humps my leg for 3 minutes and she ends up winning, that's going to put me behind and I will have to do other things. It's just the way the fight game works. You have a bunch of people on the bandwagon, and the moment something happens, then everybody gets off of it and you have to pretty much start. It's almost like you have to build yourself up from zero. It's fighters are it's like the most disrespected career nowadays. That's why there's not going to be any greats from this era, because if you look at the greats, Mike Tyson, let's say Muhammad Ali, we don't even think about how they end their career. They end their career with their ass up and their head down, knocked out. But we don't think about that because that kind of respect for fighters. We only think about them as the great. They're not undefeated, but we can't even remember the people that beat them because it was respect. Now we live in an era where there's no respect. You can be the best in the world, let's say Jose Aldo, Chris Cyborg, and some of the other greats. You can be undefeated for 10 years, and if you lose, the moment your body hits the mat, there's a bunch of assholes on social media telling you how to throw a fucking jab. So I just roll with the punches. I'm having some fun. I like to fight. I love punching people in the face repeatedly and watching them quit. But this is now my end goal. I want to be a motivational speaker, and I'm just collecting cool stories to go with.
Okay. So are you is there anything like any type of training or courses or like certifications you earn to become or be a motivational speaker? Is that what you're working on right now?
Well, if I wanted to start from zero, there would be. But here's the problem. That's why I chose a career that puts me on the limelights, because people don't care about your certifications now, and your qualifications. It's all about following. So I'm doing this to put my name out there. So then,
Okay.
when I tell people they can be whoever they want, already done it. I don't have a certificate. I might take some speech classes so I can learn how to maybe speak slower, be nicer to people, maybe a few sensitivity classes so I can, sugarcoat things for certain people if I want to increase my audience. I doubt it very much, but if I have to, I will. And definitely, I will practice more with cameras, but that's not my focus right now. I'm going to speaker 5 to 10 years from now. Now I just want to punch people in the face repeatedly until they quit. That's what I'm doing right now.
Oh,
It's my way of
snap.
expressing my emotions.
So are you going to be on the prelim side of the card?
Yes, thank God, because that I want more people to watch my fights. People think being on an app and being on pay-per-view is cool. It's not cool unless you're getting pay-per-view points. It just limits the amount of people that can watch your fights. So my fight being free on YouTube and on TV is going to increase the number of people that will be able to watch it. So I'm very happy to be on the prelims, and I'm fight number 3. I will be posting more information as the fight gets closer because we have very short memory, and there will be people asking me on fight night if I can go live for my own fight because people are that interesting. So I will be posting more on that as as it gets closer. I'm not gonna waste my time saying it
Wait
now
a minute.
because
You gonna have to
people
go.
are
You
so
gonna have to go.
stimulated.
You're gonna have to go felony style. You know how felony do it. He just take his phone and go live everywhere he be. He don't care. He be walking down the catwalk into a fight. He be still live with his camera on him. You just have to do a felony on him, girl. That's all right. Ain't nobody mad at that. Yes, yes. What do you think about the bare knuckle MMA? What do you think about Game Brad starting that promotion?
I think it's cool. I watched some of the fights from the first event. I can't remember what I was doing, but I didn't have access to like a place where I can sit down and watch. I watched some of the fights. It's cool, It's not gonna be like bare knuckle because people are gonna want to grapple more because nobody's just gonna stand there and throw punches knowing that they can break their hands. So there's gonna be a lot of grappling involved, but it's still cool. It's still cool. It's easier for you to escape submissions because the gloves kind of give your opponent a kind of handle when they're grabbing you. Without the glove, hand can slip out. So like of it, but nothing like bare knuckle fighting. Bare knuckle is my favorite.
So, do you think we'll see you pop up on maybe one of the other bare knuckle promotions anytime soon? BYB, Valor.
Mm, I'm open. I do really like fighting bare knuckle. I think it comes so easy for me. Like even boxing with gloves. Only show up to the gym to spar. I haven't taken a boxing class in like 2 years. And people don't believe me because I mean I don't look like a boxer, but I'm gonna get my way one way or another. I'm gonna find some success in there because it just comes easy to me. MMA is a lot harder. That's why I'm focusing on it now because you don't want to be older to do MMA. It takes a lot of from your body, especially the grappling, you know. But bare knuckle I can do anytime. If I had an offer to fight for any, including I like BKFC because they're established. I've already been there. I really like the production team. But they have other priorities. But I don't take it personal. I know what they're doing and why they're doing it. And if they call me right now or tomorrow and set something up, I'll take it because it's easy. It's
That's what's
easy
up.
money for me.
Damn, y'all. So y'all see, she's putting herself back out there on the playing field, and she's letting y'all know to all my promotions that she is open and willing. She's ready. She's ready. She's been training. She likes to fight. She's a willing participant. You ain't gotta worry about her him hawing on signing that contract, especially if the numbers is right and the language is right. She gonna sign that contract and she gonna show up. So with that being said, hopefully we'll get to see you outside of Evicta, you know, on Evicta and outside of Evicta, continuing moving forward. We looking forward to it, baby. We know you gonna always bring the heat and the smoke with you, so we look forward to it. Is there, do you have any sponsors? Do you have anybody that you need to shout out? You want to tell them where they can find you to sponsor you?
For now, I just want to give a shout out to everyone who's helped me. I have had so much help, not necessarily from businesses, just regular people. Give me the opportunity to be able to chase this dream. It's a very, very hard business. I mean, fighting has cost so much money. I can't say that I've made a profit out of fighting. It's just being an investment for years and years. And then there are some businesses that are supporting me. I will put up an appreciation post where I can tag them and stuff. Right now, I don't have them written down,
Okay.
and I don't want to leave anyone out because all of them are so equally important to me. So I'm not gonna go into mentioning name, but I just want to give a big shout out to everyone that had anything to do with my success. And you know who you are. You also know who you're not. Get on the freaking bandwagon before it's too late.
You heard what she said. You heard what she said. So tell them one more time where they should be looking for you to pop up next so they'll know. And we're going to get out of here on them.
All right, if you want to know when my next fight is, I strongly recommend you follow my page because it doesn't really matter what I say right now because you're gonna forget. Because we're now so stimulated, we're always on our phone. People can't even take a shit without being entertained. So you're gonna forget. I'll tell you now,
You
but please
are
follow my page so
too
that you
right.
can be reminded. You can be reminded if you follow my page. But the fight is gonna be August 27th, Kansas City, Kansas, for Invicta Fighting Championship, and you can watch the fight for free on their YouTube channel. If you are watching it for free, please give it a follow, subscribe to the channel so you can support it and that you don't miss on any of the action.
Absolutely. Miss Nikki's going to go and make sure she get a subscribe right now. I didn't even realize they had a YouTube channel. Okay, okay. So that's
That's
what's up,
right, Miss
y'all.
Vicky. Get on.
Got to get on the business. Yes. Thank you so much, Lady Helen, for coming in here and talking to Miss Nikki today, setting us straight, giving us the good news and all the happenings, the ups and downs. You share it all with us. So thank you for that. We appreciate that. You share the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs, the sideways. And I think, like I said prior to us going live, I think my interviews with you, most times you leave us with something to think about and to be better moving forward. So, and when you speak, you don't speak only for yourself, you speak to us and you speak for us. So, thank you, baby. Absolutely. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
that.
having me. I appreciate you. Have a good day, guys.
You too, baby. Helen is always such a pleasure to interview. It's hard to keep her from telling her truth. And that's the best part about her because at the end of the day, I know sometimes you guys can sound a little, I don't want to say over the top, but a little gruff, you know? And sometimes we need that. We need that gruff, y'all. So, as Henry Cejudo said, I don't agree maybe in this instance, but sometimes, we all, whether we're athletes or not, we all sometimes need a little kick in our arse, as he would say. So I think that Helen, from the very first moment that I ever met her back in Mason City, Iowa, a few years ago, up until this very moment when I just finished speaking to her, every time I talk to her, is some certain level of growth. Whether in that moment she's in a good place or not, it's always some kind of growth for her. So I love to see y'all grow. That's the best part about it is watching you all grow. And it's awesome. And it's always my honor and my pleasure. So you guys check out the Evicta YouTube page. I'm pretty sure they're on the Fight Pass too. For those people who have Fight Passes, the UFC Fight Pass, um, check it out. August 27th, Evicta, Helen Peralta will be back in the octagon, y'all. So we don't know when this young lady or where she's going to pop up. She could be in boxing, she could be in kickboxing, she could be in bare knuckle, but this time her showing will be with MMA. So that gives Miss Nikki a chance to do her job. That's what it does. It gives me a chance to collect information. So Good luck to Helen in her impending fight in a couple of weeks. And we'll see and hear back from Helen after her fight. She's always been so gracious to Miss Nikki and come up and talk to us. So we'll see her after she goes through her war at Evicta on August 27th. So tune in, you guys. You don't want to miss that fight. Y'all see, look how much love and liveliness she gave us in this interview. Y'all got to know that she turns it up in the fights. So you don't want to miss it. Check it out. Love, peace, and hair grease, Miss Nikki, Fight Heads MMA. Never here to participate, always here to dominate and take over.